Psychrack India. Today I am going to discuss about cognitive psychology. So now you can think about what is the importance of cognitive psychology. I am now going to discuss about cognitive psychology in the context of UGC NEET psychology and also general other exams. So now you come across unit number 4 and unit number 5 almost meeting not unit number 4, unit number 5 and unit number 6 generally discuss with the core component of cognitive psychology. So in the unit 4 you discuss about the perception, sensation and perception particularly, and other aspect like problem solving, thinking. So in the sixth unit, you will think about the thinking and creativity, other aspects. So now, how cognitive psychology is very important, because cognitive psychology start with the very fundamental aspect of general psychology called sensation. So from sensation, attention, we start discussing about sensation, and then when we sense, the attention will comes, we start attending the most of the things of the external world. Apart from that, the attention turning into the perceptions. When we are attentive, some of the objects or some of the event externally motivated, and the external attention lead to perception. So how we think day-to-day activities, we keep observing the object, we keep observing the events, we keep on. It is an ongoing process. So now the perception is purely psychological activities, psychological dimension. So now you understand the perception, how gradually we develop the perceptions. So it is deep rooted in our culture, it is deep rooted in our psychosocial surroundings. So now you can understand the perception is very important psychological process we study in cognitive psychology. So we can also thought about the different aspect, we can also discuss about different aspect of the perception, including perceptual barriers, perceptual understandings. The perceptual barriers or perceptual defense is also very important. Generally we say in the new way of like perceptual barriers, perceptual defense, perceptual error or cognitive bias. So these are very important and also day-to-day general applications. So after the perceptions, what we have, we will just move into the another important aspect is called like when we perceive, we start thinking about the different way of thinking. Every human being have different way of thinking style, different environment facilitate different level thinking. Like for example, you can say that agrarian community, the boy develop in agrarian community, he may think in different way compared to the tribal community. So now you can understand the thinking patterns can be changed in the individually from childhood days to adult age. The thinking patterns also influence our behavior. Suppose I can give you good example how our thinking patterns and decision making influence. Suppose if you are going to search one address in in metropolitan city, generally what you will think, you first looking for the landmarks. So and the proper address definitely lead to you to mark or to locate the address. What happens if you don't find any landmark, and it is very difficult to find out the address? The same way in our decision making and exploration. So day to day life, which is very important, another process called decision making. So decision making and problem solving go hand in hand. So problem solving is again is a psychological process. We have two types of problem solving. One is the problems based on the formulas, and another one is based on the heuristics. So again here thinking is depending on the intelligence, the way we have apply our applications, wisdom, and our reasoning power. So we can also think, see here concept are correlated, reasoning, problem solving and decision making are correlated, or you can say interrelated. So these overlapping dimensions generally we study in psychology. So that is particularly in cognitive psychology. So can we think that cognitive psychology is very interesting? Definitely, it is very interesting. The way we thinking, the way we approaching towards day-to-day life, it is a very important that you can understand the application of cognitive psychology in our day-to-day life. So now the thinking again we have a different types of thinking in in our cognitions. Like for example, autistic thinking, the way people like literary people, those who are good in literature, those who are good in like painters, they have autistic thinking. And there are some philosophers, some other people like engineers and other people are very good in like mathematicians or logical thinking. So, can anyone enhance their thinking level? Can anyone enhance their thinking level? The answer is yes. So, it tells about how to think, how to modify our thinking. So, this is also not only fundamental cognitions, it is also we can have an insight about different level of cognitive errors when we taking into day-to-day life encounter. And also the cognitive psychology is also very fundamental in our so-called cognitive behavioral therapy. So cognitive behavioral therapy, what it tells, it help us to modify our thinking patterns. So the thinking patterns is deep rooted, the our behaviors is deep rooted in our thinking patterns. So now you understand the cognitive psychology is generally start with the sensation and going with the perception, decision making and thinking and also intelligence and creativity. Of course, our thinking is not just general way of thinking. It is not just one way of thinking. It is a divergent thinking. Most of the time we have used divergent thinking because in our day-to-day life life demands most of the time creativity. So creativity is very good in problem solving, very helpful in problem solving, and of course every individuals have a certain level of creativity. That is the relationship we can say that intelligence and creativity are positively correlated. So this is what we have to understand. The most of the creativity and innovations we learn from just out of the school also we can learn children's. Why we focus other activity based project based programs in school learning and college level learning, because it facilitates us to think about a different level of creativity. So another very important component I would like to discuss here is called language acquisition. So cognitions, can you imagine the some students are only speak only one language, but some students are speak 5 to 6 languages. What is the reasons there? So here the language acquisition program or language acquisition generally we study in cognitive psychology, where those children speak more than 4 or 5 languages. They have exposure to the various psychosocial environment. For example, in India, if the children are speaking more than 4 to 5 languages, definitely we can say that their exposure is very good. They may keep transferring, their parents may be transferring from across the country, they can speak more than 5 to 6 languages. And also this is very good for to enhance their cognitions, enhance their cognitions and intelligence, because various psychosocial environment enhances your understandings and acquisition capacity. So traveling to various places you need to speak different languages. So definitely it is research also shows that multi-language, those children who speak multi-language, their intelligent level is more high than those who are less speak the only one language speaker. So now we can understand the acquisition of the language, various language acquisitions, and we also discuss about the speech disorders. We are also discuss about the language disorders, which are very important. So now cognitive, you can conclude that cognitive psychology is not just another subject. It is a very important subject. Those who are preparing for competitive exams, first I would like to suggest read cognitive psychology book, any one book, so Solso or Gallotti or any books. very authentic book. Read and go through that books, and it is really wonderful books, and you really enjoy that books. Actually, it is little bit lengthy video, but I would like to make to these things clearly, so that children can understand the importance of cognitive psychology in everyday life. So it is a very interesting. Myself, I felt very interesting about when we are talking about the cognitive psychology. So now you are very clear. So from step to step you understand, take the examples from your day-to-day life. That makes wonderful to understanding the things. So in our playlist we are already making so many videos, minimum 15 to 20 videos in the cognitive playlist. You can go, and if you find any problems, or if you find any clarity, if you need any clarity, definitely you can give me a call. In the subscription box we are also given the details, mail address and everything. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, and please keep tracking my channel, so that you will reach rightly the right